Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Furlong, and today we're going to take a look at a little intro into natural selection. This is just going to be a very quick refresher about natural selection because you've all had it in your bio class. Natural selection is the major mechanism of evolution. It was first proposed by Charles Darwin in his book, The Origin of Species. And just to give us a definition, evolution is the change in genetic makeup of a population over time. Natural selection is just the way in which evolution can take place. There are three key points to natural selection. One is that there is a competition for limited resources. So not all individuals have an equal chance of surviving. Sorry, it's true. And competition is that organisms struggle with other organisms to get limited resources. So what are they struggling for? Well, they're struggling things for like food, water, and mates. What's going to give them a better chance at competing? Well, it could be their favorable phenotypes that can increase their chance of survival. This is what we refer to as variations. These are genetic differences among individuals in a population. So, for example, here we see some ladybugs. They are actually all the same species of ladybugs. They just have some variations that make one different from another. And why they would be different? It's based on where they're living. Now, what can cause these variations? Mutations, for one. Sexual reproduction can increase the variations and can give that organism an adaptation. An adaptation is the trait that can provide the advantage for that organism in its environment. And if it has these favorable phenotypes and it does have a greater chance at surviving, it's going to have a chance at successful reproduction. In other words, those individuals will have a greater fitness. That is their ability to reproduce fertile offspring. So that if you have a greater chance of surviving, that's going to increase your chance of producing offspring. Ecosystem stability determines the rate and direction of evolution. Take, for instance, oceans. Oceans have remained relatively stable environments for hundreds of millions of years. And if we go back even 250 million years ago, this is at the beginning of the age of the dinosaurs, we see a creature like this. Look familiar? Yeah, it's a shark. And it looks a lot like many of the sharks today. There hasn't been a whole lot of evolution in sharks in the last 250 million years. Why? Well, because they have a very stable ecosystem. They are very well adapted for the environment that they are in, and so we don't see huge changes in evolution. In cases where the ecosystems change rapidly, let's say a meteor strike, 65 million years ago, the mammals were these little rat-like creatures. These unstable ecosystems can show fast changes in evolution, and we rapidly saw mammals evolving into all different types of mammals that we see today. So there's a real quick overview of natural selection, and I'll see you in class.